And now, more You Talk. Now.
I am so stoked about our show today. I have been looking forward to this. Today, Telly Hagen, hopefully I got that right, or Hagen, Mauricio Lara, Kaylor Toronto, Brooke Bailey, all join us from the John Burroughs High School award-winning Powerhouse Show Choir. These guys are recognized as one of the top choirs in the United States. The choir program has been on a whole bunch of shows, Dancing with the Stars, The Voice, even on the Oprah Winfrey Show. They were with the original cast of Glee. So,
there they are. Hey, guys.
Hey!
This is so cool. I can't believe it. Oh, I mean, okay, I got to ask you a question first, okay, if you don't mind. I've heard this for a while. Is there a connection between Glee and John Burroughs High School choir program?
Yes. Yeah. There it is.
Yes. Okay. I get an answer
first
from
thing,
Taylor. Thank you.
The pilot was filmed in this room, which is pretty cool. And then it was also kind of inspired by by Burbank show choirs. Ours and then across in the other side. But it's partly inspired by our choir.
And they did film like.
Well, we
all
won't mention the
scenes
guys on the other
ours.
side. We're just mentioning the guys here right now. So that's awesome. So the pilot was filmed right there.
Yep.
Can you feel the aura? Is there anything special that you kind of walk in the room and go, whoa?
I think we all felt it whenever we
I feel it.
Yeah.
But I also feel the weight of all these trophies.
True.
Yeah. I feel like if you watch the show, you watch Glee, and then you come in and you're like, oh my gosh, the people from Glee were sitting in this very room. It's kind of like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Because I've watched Glee, and it's like, they were there. And
That's exactly what I hear.
That is so cool. All right, I've watched some of your videos from competitions. I guess a question for me, I kind of know, but maybe for our audience, what makes a show choir different than like from other choirs?
Okay, I'm gonna take this question. Personally, what I think, if we're just talking about like John Burroughs choir differing from other choirs, we have the heart. I know other choirs do as well, but I just feel like the show that we put on, I feel like all of the students here like know exactly what needs to be done when a show like BioShock, for example, is taken into perspective, and all of the differing factors that go into making a show like this. It's just all the heart and the passion and the hard work that goes into just putting on such a fantastic show like this. And that's what like differs from a lot of choirs, because you'll see Powerhouse come on and just do crazy things. Like, we're known for just doing all kinds of crazy different things that not many people understand, but like you're just so intrigued and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna keep watching it even though I don't understand it. And that's what just makes us
I love it. It's like you're so intrigued you don't necessarily understand. We're going to watch it anyway. But no, so, you know what, you encapsulated it perfectly, because watching a couple of the videos that I found online of competitions, I went, you guys are like totally sold out. You're in it. You're in the moment, and you become what you're singing about. I mean, it's amazing. Now, do you ever use a live band?
Yes. We've always used a live band.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because it reminds me of a Broadway production, because I've had the privilege of, I'm a drummer and percussionist, you guys didn't know that, but I've had the opportunity to do a number of West Coast Broadway productions, and I'm watching this going, this is like a Broadway production. I mean, this is what you guys are doing is amazing. I'm so stoked that we actually connected, because I've heard about you guys for a couple of years, and I thought I got to just reach out and just see if we can get you on the show. And our other co-host, Katie, unfortunately she's hospitalized right now, so she can't be with us. But that's what it reminds me of, because the work and the energy and having a live band is so cool. Now, question. You can't just walk in and say, hey, I want to be part of Powerhouse. What's the audition process like?
So the audition process is pretty intense. We have a lot of choirs at Burroughs. It's not just Powerhouse. So generally speaking, everyone gets to be in a choir. And there's so many awesome choirs that all get to explore their own thing and like get better. But we have a few different parts of the audition process. You have to sing like your own little solo song. you have to do a dance audition that one of our choreographers makes and teaches to everyone, and then you audition it for the director and a few other people. And then you also have to kind of get ear tested for music theory and understanding of like some of that more complicated stuff. Yeah, but even if you're really bad at that, you can do really good in the rest of the auditions, and you'll do just fine. But despite all that, like, I wouldn't say auditions are too competitive or anything. It's not like it's do or die or like everything's
Okay.
on
All right. That was a question then.
I'm gonna add, like, I guess it's not so cutthroat. I mean, whatever choir that you're put into, it's another experience. So I feel like whatever part of the like
The family.
program,
Yeah,
the program that you are a part of, it's just a nice experience no matter what.
Yeah, and like every year you just kind of, it's kind of fun. You get to just like show your stuff and like they know you, they get to know you. I mean, obviously coming in before high school, they don't know you, but you're growing with these people. It is like a family. So it's an audition, but it also feels like a little bit more comfortable than that once you really get, invested with the people and the program.
Sure. Now, can you audition as a freshman then? You come into John Burroughs and say, boom, I want to get into this, or?
Heck yeah. You can audition any year. Yeah, it doesn't even, you can come in, not do a choir until you're a senior and randomly just decide I want to do choir, and you can totally get in.
Interesting. I'm kind of chuckling inside because going back to something I think, Kayla, it was you said, the kind of checking your ear. And I've been in more bands than you can count, doing clubs and stuff like that. And I'm chuckling because we get people to show up at an audition, and it's like, they can't sing. They can't carry a note. It's like, what are you doing here? But it's like every excuse, like, oh, I need water. I need water. You need a lot more than water, okay? Because that ain't gonna work. So, but
True.
I like the family thing too, because I know, having done bands and having done like the off-Broadway show, West Coast Broadway shows, things like that, you become like a fam. You really do. It's because you're working continually and doing things together and having fun. If I'm understanding right, now correct me here, you guys are learning vocal technique, you're learning dance fundamentals, you're learning music theory, and you're learning performance skills. Did I get them all right?
Amen.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, yeah. Is Powerhouse in addition to your other normal classes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Because, just that alone, just thinking about that stuff, vocal technique, that's a lot of work. The dance fundamentals. Now, I have to admit publicly, I used to be a tap dancer. When I was like 8, 9, 10, my aunt had a local TV show in Northern California, and I was one of the dancers. People don't believe that, but someplace I have the dancing shoes. But I never learned, the fundamentals of dancing. It was kind of like the little tap thing. You're a little kid, you're cute, grandpa and grandma like you, mom and dad like you, all that kind of stuff. But this is intense stuff. So your Powerhouse, is Powerhouse something that you go to class for every single day then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kelly, you wanna?
Yeah. We do have like 2 class periods. So we have, through our day, there's class periods of like a set amount of time, but Powerhouse takes up 2 of those slots in a day. But talking about like all of the core things that we learn, I feel like we split it up pretty well. Like we don't do it all at once. Yeah.
Well, you do it very well. Just looking at the videos, that is beyond really well. You're kind of and I can see why you're like the best in the country, one of the best, because the quality of what you're doing. I'm watching this, and I guess from a somewhat trained eye as a musician, I won't call myself a dancer because that wouldn't be right. That would be a little exaggeration, But being a musician and backing up singers and dancers and you guys are at a level that is totally different. And I'm really amazed. I really want to come out. I didn't have a chance to do it because I didn't connect with people at school till, late in the school year, but I want to make sure I'm out there
this school year to watch you guys. In fact, we've even talked maybe we can film something and do some more conversation or whatever. But I mean, it really is. So is it something that you enjoy so much it's not really work?
I would say yes.
Like 95% of the time? Hell yeah.
There are definitely days where it gets like mentally, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. But then when you see it all come together and you see this big project that you've been working on and then you finally put it on the stage, you just realize how much like the work paid off, and it's so rewarding, especially with an audience that gets to see it and just feeling their reaction. It's just so rewarding. Yes, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but it's all worth it. And I feel like all four of us especially know exactly what that feels like because we've been in Powerhouse for.
No,
So
going
a lot of
back
hours-
to what you just said, isn't that? I mean, to me, that makes it all worth it. When you get out and the first note is played and sung, and the first dance, and it's like it's all come together, and it's like that ginormous aha experience with this is so. I mean, I've heard it said many times: don't find a job, but find something you're passionate about and you love so much that you'll never work a day in your life, and that's what you're telling me now. It's just so cool to hear you guys talking about this in this way, because it's like I said, the videos probably don't do you justice that I've watched, but I see it in your faces, I see it in your eyes, and 95% thing, and I mean that is it's amazing. Okay, question then that comes to my mind. There's got to be expectations, I would think, for you to be a member of Powerhouse. Now, yeah, you got to know the dance moves, you got to know the vocal, but is there something underlying that that is expected of you guys?
Yeah, totally. I mean, throughout all of our like choir experiences, like going into every choir, there's expectations, and as you keep going, there's more and more responsibility, I'd say. But like something special about Powerhouse that I feel like was shown off really well, specifically this year, is you are a unique individual talent who brings something specific to the table. Like, we aren't members of a choir, we are each our own artists who work together. So you have to be able to work together. And that's why we like to say the family thing. It's not just like weird like propaganda. Like, we are really a part of a team that we cannot like lose, because it's a part of us, and I think everyone wants to help make something beautiful. And when you're watching yourself through a video or something, you can notice like the little intricate things that you do, or like some people are specifically skilled at a certain thing, and then some people, everyone in Powerhouse is ridiculously multi-talented, but I think like the individual expectation is that you're coming in and you want to add your passion to it, whether that's like, oh, I'm also really good at piano, or like, oh, I specifically love this thing, or this style of dance or something. Everyone is so incredible, and I think that's what they're looking for. Like, we do some artsy, out there stuff, and we can only do it because the people are so like cool and down to do it.
Well said. You guys are so articulate in this. And what I'm picking up, I think, is it's more a self-expectation you have going into this. I mean, yes, there's expectations that, other people, other members of Powerhouse, to have that expectation on yourself. Okay, do you guys do this? I know I do this as a speaker, as a musician, performer. I will analyze, maybe overanalyze videos. And I'll just look like, oh, Steve, why did you do that? What was that look for? Or, you missed a fill in on the drums. Do you do that too?
Yes.
Absolutely. Like all the time. Obviously have like quite a bit of videos on YouTube and whatnot. And even at rehearsals, we record ourselves like learning new things. And I think we're only in competition with ourselves, I think, is what we always try to like go out there and do. We have such an unsurmountable respect for each other that not only do we not want to let ourselves down, but we don't want to let everybody else down. Like, obviously, like, it's not one person that makes the whole team, but like, we all want to try and pick each other up, and like, we can only do that when we're picking ourselves up. So I feel like we all have respect for ourselves and each other, that we want to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's so cool what you're saying, because, our culture, it just seems like ego is out of control. It's just, and it's all about I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah. And what you're talking about is you're a unit, but you're individuals. You're a performer, I think one of you said, but yet you're part of this bigger picture. There's this community. I mean, that's also healthy. And, you've got each other's, arms, so to speak. You're holding each other up. And somebody said, it's almost like you don't want to disappoint somebody else. Yeah. I mean, that's the coolest thing, really. When you see yourself as a unit like this, but you're an individual, but you're a unit, which is so unique.
I feel like for Powerhouse, especially like this last year, we got our sophomore year, sophomore year, freshman year taken away from us, and coming back this year and having such a huge show to put on, I feel like the pressure was on even more, but it felt good to like have each other back and like have that intensity and the inspiration just from each other. Getting back into choir and then just putting it back on that stage was pushing us even more, because we lost our entire year. Like, we didn't get to do what we normally could on that stage. And then putting on such a beautiful show, the BioShock, it was just incredible to have it come back and just be like, yes, this is show choir. This is why we audition. This is why we put up with all that we do, because we get to do beautiful things on that stage.
I wish we could package the enthusiasm and the motivation you guys have, because it is amazing. It really is amazing. And now, was it difficult? You come back after this horrible year, you're not being able to gather, and it's got a whole different vibe to it. One of the things I do in a normal year is I go in and I do school assemblies. I motivation talk about choices, blah, blah, blah. I was doing them via Zoom, during the year that we were locked out, and it was fun. And teachers are saying, hey, our students are really, they're liking this. This is good. It's different, blah, blah, blah. But it's not the same. It isn't the same. There's an electricity, there's an energy, there's something that happens when we're together. And like with you guys, this is Powerhouse, and we're here together and we're making this happen. And you felt like, did you feel, was it a little awkward at first, or was it like, we're so glad to be together, we're going to make this thing happen?
I think it was more like we were super happy to be back.
Think it was that awkward.
We honestly were just like so grateful to have a year. Granted, it started with fully masked and everything. We were just so grateful to finally be back and taking that first step into actually coming back to be a choir again. I don't think it was ever awkward coming back. We all just were like, oh my gosh, I missed you so much. I missed this. Just finally getting to sing together. That first, like the warm up was just everything, just the very first like warm up or the dance. Like it was just beautiful coming back. It was just great.
I remember like the first time we were together in the in-person year, we were in this giant circle in the gym, and we had to be super spread out. And it was like, the energy was like bouncing off the walls. Everyone was already like laughing and being excited and stuff. And then we went and like danced, and we were like 600 feet apart from each other. But like, it was so much fun. I did not feel like it was awkward at all.
You just felt your friends being there, and that's all you really needed, was just knowing that they're there. You have to be 6 feet, but like knowing that they're there was all you needed. Like the Zooms just were never the same. We'd have to learn dances on Zoom, and it's just like you felt so far away from everyone.
I'm sitting here trying to make sense of, having to wear a mask, and you're standing X number of feet apart from each other, and, all of that kind of stuff. But the energy level is still there, and the enthusiasm and the passion of being there. I mean, that's amazing. That really is amazing.
Yeah, I think that a constant thing was that whoever was in this room, whoever was here, wanted to be here. Because we obviously lost numbers because of the pandemic. But the people who still persevered through the pandemic, they're here. And we're all so incredibly dedicated to this program and kind of just doing the best that we can. The energy was incredible. It was awesome.
Dedication. What a great word. What a powerful word. I haven't talked to you guys about this, but was it discussed with you about having you guys do a song?
Oh yeah, it was. We could totally sing a song for you right now, or a part of a song.
I would be hard pressed to have this kind of talent, on the show, and then not have you, do something. And in fact, Katie, one of the other hosts, is, she's always make sure they could do a song. Make sure they could do a song because they're so good. Make sure they could do. I said, okay, I'll make sure they can do a song. So are you guys ready for it then?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right.
Okay, so we're doing a part of the song called "The Letter." It's the closer of our Powerhouse set, and we're just doing a little part. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care how much I gotta spend. I will find my way back home again. Oh, the lonely days are gone. I'm coming home. Oh, my baby, she wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter. Said she couldn't without me. No. Can't you see I'm ready for my baby once more? Anyway, give me a ticket to get a plane. I ain't got time to take no fast train. Oh, the lonely days are gone. I'm coming home. Whoa, baby wrote me a letter.
I should have put the little emoji clapping thing in there. Somebody, when you started that, said the chills always. So the chills are still, I get that. What a great cover of that song, too. Can I have your autograph?
Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works.
Okay. Okay. The virtual autograph. No, amazing. You guys are so talented. You're so gifted. But you're so, I don't know the right word, but it's like you're real people.
Humble?
Yeah. How about that? Just real people. I mean, and I appreciate that so much with that kind of talent. I mean, it's just oozing out of you. And I don't sense an ego. I don't sense, and I've been around a lot of people, and genuine, maybe that's a better word even. I love to be around those who are genuine, that are incredibly talented, but they know who they are. They know what they're all about. So, guys, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Oh, no, are you kidding? Okay. Kelly, Mauricio, Kaylor, Brooke, question for all of you to answer individually. What is your dream for the future? And where do you see yourself headed?
We're going to go counterclockwise, starting with Brooke on this one.
Oh, no, don't do that. You're going to confuse Steve. Okay, you don't want to do that? No.
That's a loaded question for me personally, because I know I want to sing. It's been my dream since I started singing, especially when I started choir at Luther in middle school. It's just been a dream of mine. I want to be on stage, and I know that's what I want to do. I don't have a set plan. I want to go to college, but right now I'm still figuring that out. But my future, I see singing, and I see being a performer, and that has just been my dream. But I'm gonna get there somehow.
Now you say get there somehow. What if it's a loaded question, Brooke? But is there anything in particular that you say, if I could do this, if I could be this kind of a performer, or has that not settled in yet?
5-point plan.
Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm really curious because you guys are so talented. And
thank you. It's just a loaded question still. I want to sing. I know I want to sing. I don't want to. Musical theater isn't where I'm leading towards. I'm leading towards more like a pop star. Or I want to go on like a singing competition, more like The Voice or American Idol.
Okay, sure.
I want to take that route. Musical theater isn't my thing, but I love it. But I prefer more pop and more R&B kind of things like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Sing like that.
Very cool. Well, you've got the chops. You all have the chops to do whatever it is you decide you want to do. All right. Are we going to Kelly next?
Love performing in this program, but I do not see myself doing this in the future. But a lot of the things that I've learned from this program, I really want to take to my career in the future. And yeah, like I know what I want to do, but not
which is
like the medical route.
Ooh, doctor, yeah.
No.
The medical realm.
Medical
field.
field.
Yes,
The field.
but not there.
Medical. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's got a ring to it. Okay, Mauricio.
Lucio. In the foreseeable future, I don't see myself totally performing like professionally or anything. Maybe I'll start like a garage band when I'm like 35. Yeah, absolutely. But hopefully, I want to become a lawyer. I want to work with like unions and all that jazz. Because unity is strength. So I think I want to like really represent all the people that we can.
Nice.
Yeah.
And by the way, garage bands, you never know what's going to happen if you start a garage band.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at some of the big major players. I mean, some of them started as a garage band.
Well,
True.
it's always that
There's
wrong.
4 people right here.
I mean,
Get this started today.
okay, I think
right,
you're
Kevin.
gonna ask me to go next, so I will start. So I'm not really sure. I have a lot of interest. I like to learn. I love performing, and I might want to like make art. Maybe I do musical theater, or writing in some way, maybe either acting and singing and dancing in art or making my own. But also, I would love to go like the academic route, which I like space and I like living a long time. So like medical research or astrophysics or something cool. I like math. Maybe math. Just that's it.
No, wait. I'm going to stop you for that. You like math? Seriously?
Oh yeah, math is fire. I love it to death. Not to death. I'm going to live a very long time, but I love math. Yeah.
Cool. That's, the future is yours. You have the dedication and the commitment and the passion that you guys all have. I mean, you can do and be anything you want to do. So it'll be interesting to see, what develops and how it develops for you guys. If somebody is catching the show today or, on viewing or listening on demand or whatever, and they say, I would really like to be part of something like a powerhouse. What advice do you have for them?
I think don't give up. I feel like a large deterrent of why people not only inquire just within the arts in general is fixating on one specific thing that's their weakness and then allowing that to consume themselves. And I think that whenever you have such a closed-mindedness on yourself, like you're not gonna get to where you want to be. You need to believe in yourself and you need to keep persevering because that's the only way that we've gotten to where we are is through persevering through a pandemic, through crazy adversity throughout the entire year. Just perseverance is the strongest thing that anybody can, not only now, but just anything in general.
Good stuff.
And if you don't have like a program, because not everyone's lucky enough to be a part of something like at Burroughs, but if you don't have something like that, the people who make amazing things are the people who start. They're the ones who are going to, make the effort to start a new program. Or like I have some friends over at another school who they don't have an a cappella group. We have an a cappella group here, and they were asking me about it, and they're going to start their own, start it as a club and build it up from the ground. And like that's, if you don't have a program already set or a place where you can, fully express yourself, you make it yourself, or you find a way. Like Mauricio was saying, like never give up and you'll get there. Because people who love it that much, you can't fail if you love it enough.
Well said. I mean, okay, ladies.
Yes.
Advice.
They really summed it up. It's just, I honestly, they took the words out of my mouth. I want to say this. A lot of people know we have this motto that, shout out to Anthony Sanchez, that him and I made. We started saying this thing. It's called "This is what it takes." Is our little quote that we have, and we kind of just say it all the time, kind of jokingly when we do cool, just really fun things. We're like, "This is what it takes," and it's just I can see when people watch Powerhouse and they're like, "Oh my gosh, they're so good! I can never do that." It's just I don't want them to think that. I want to show you guys can do anything that you literally want. And I feel like Anthony Sanchez in the chat. This is what it takes. I don't know.
No,
I really took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, and
This is what it takes.
Yeah.
this is what it takes. I mean, how brilliant is that? Because it fits so much. It encompasses so much. I'm going to steal it. No, anything else? Anything else, Kelly? Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that even a lot of people see it from an outsider perspective, but when you're in here, just know that you're going to be really supported. Do you see Dom in the chat right now? He's just spamming.
He said, saying it when they don't feel like running on Saturday.
Everybody in the program and outside of the program in the audience is just really there rooting for you. If you feel nervous or if you feel like you're going to mess up, they got your back.
We do.
Yeah.
Well said. Guys, I mean, that we could continue to talk and talk and talk, and we're going to have to do this again because we've got so much more to talk about. I've got a bazillion questions I want to ask, but
We have a bajillion answers.
I love it. I love it. Nice. Hey, if people want to follow you guys on social, what's the best way to do that? Just through well, either way, personal or school or both.
Well,
You can look up Rob Arroyo on YouTube as well. He posts all of our sets and whatnot.
Okay.
Honestly, if you just look up JVHS, Pop Show, VMA, all of it will
on
YouTube, yes.
website.
And then if you're specifically looking for this one, you can see Bioshock.
True.
We have many articles written about us, which is
It's called The
insane.
Ticking of the Clock.
Is the name of the show.
And then
The ticking of the
October,
clock,
Watch
huh?
the live stream of Girls Are Permanent.
Yes.
We are all over the social media.
Well, if you guys want, we can also put your personal ones up in the notes for the show. If you're comfortable with that and having people follow you or reach out to you, whatever, you good with that?
Oh,
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Very cool. Well, thank you, guys. I mean, Kelly, Mauricio, Kaylor, and Brooke, you guys, this has been a blast. I definitely mean it. We have to do this again at some point. Maybe we can come out and watch a performance and then talk to you guys afterwards or something like that, because there's a lot of chemistry here, and, your attitudes are contagious, and we want to continue to spread that contagious, positive, passion, attitude about living forever, right?
yes!
For a long time. Hey, thanks, you guys. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedules to do this. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll look forward to doing it some more, and we'll look forward to following you guys to just see all the things that develop. It's been great to get to know you, and I hope I can get to know you more, and let's stay in touch, okay? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
This is You Talk Radio.